All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, Jon Gruden is in his third year of his second stint as the head coach of the Raiders, and he just picked up the biggest win of that stint as the Silver and Black went into Kansas City today and defeated the defending Super Bowl champions by the score of 40-32. Now, the Raiders were able to make big plays on both sides of the ball when they needed to, and they showed poise, which allowed them to finish off the Chiefs. You look at Derek Carr, 22 of 31 passing today for 347 yards or 3 TDs and 1 pick, while the Raiders ran for 144 yards on the ground, and that allowed them to possess the football today for more than 35 minutes. Now, what we've seen, and it started in the Super Bowl, even though Kansas City won that game where the San Francisco 49ers played keep away, they just were unable to score and make the proper offensive adjustments in the second half. But it's carried over this season. Yes, the Chiefs are winning games, but for the most part, they're losing the time of possession. And to beat the Chiefs, you've got to execute. Most importantly, you've got to run the ball, run that clock, and keep that ball away from Patrick Mahomes, which is something that the Raiders were able to do today. And for them, these are the type of games that Jon Gruden lives for. Because, Jon Gruden knows that this is the opportunity to accelerate his program, to get that young Raiders squad that he has believing in what he can do. They needed that big win so far this season. We saw the Raiders, they started off 2-0. They went on the road and won at Carolina, and they beat New Orleans at home. And, they came prepared to play New England in week 3 on the road. The Patriots were just a better team. And, they ran into a tough team last week at home when they fell to the Buffalo Bills. But if you're Jon Gruden, everything going against you, the Chiefs come into this game as a big-time favorite at home, as expected to be. You're 2-2. You need something to hang your hat on going into the bye week, and this is huge. It's just unfortunate for the Raiders that they don't have a game next week due to the fact that you want to try to keep that momentum going for yourselves. But this team definitely is going to feel good for themselves heading into the bye week, knowing that they just beat the defending champs. And that's going to be important. Why? Because the Raiders need to find a way to build off of this. And you look at their upcoming schedule after the bye. They're home for Tampa Bay, which is going to be a big game. It's a Sunday night game. The next two after that, they're on the road at Cleveland, who's playing good right now, and then at the Chargers. And you never know what you're going to get from the Chargers. But then you have 2 consecutive home games. You're home for the Denver Broncos, and then your rematch with Kansas City, which as of right now is scheduled as a Sunday night game in Week 11. And the way that both of these teams are playing right now, I would highly be surprised if the NFL takes that game out of that slot. So this right here is what you need to get to accelerate the game plan, or accelerate your program rather, if you're Jon Gruden. We saw him his first time around with the Raiders in the late 90s, and it was a situation where Gruden was trying to get that program going, went 8-8 in 98, went 8-8 again in 99, but that time around with Rich Gannon as his quarterback, he was able to build off of that. And the next thing you know, the Raiders went 12-4 in the year 2000, won the AFC West, and got to the AFC Championship game. So I see this right here. We saw the maturation process, not just of Derek Carr, but as this team as a whole, because they knew how to finish. We saw Jon Gruden be aggressive, going forward multiple times on 4th down, and that's what you have to do with the Chiefs. Jon Gruden, it was a situation, he came and he played to win. He didn't worry about losing. He didn't worry about, okay, maybe this will work, maybe that will work. No, Jon Gruden came out there and his team was ready to play. They fed off of his energy, and that's the reason why that this team right now flew back home this afternoon from Kansas City to Vegas, feeling real good about themselves. They still got some work ahead of them to win the AFC West, because the Chiefs are still going to be very formidable, barring a slew of injuries. But, you got to like the Raiders' chances in the playoff picture. That extra wild card this year definitely factors in for a lot of teams. And you look at the way that some of these divisions are shaping up. I see the AFC South as a one-team playoff division, but the AFC West, AFC North, and AFC East will definitely be in the mix, and I think the silver and black will definitely fit into that. Once again, good win for the Raiders, something to build off of, and I want to see how they take this coming out of the bye week in week number 6 and look to build off of that to have that momentum to carry them for the rest of this season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. I want to thank all of the subscribers out there. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this page and also like this podcast. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.